Karen Morse. Welcome. Sure.
My name is Karen Morse. I live in the district, and my now adult children attended school here. I'm an educator of nearly 40 years as a classroom teacher and administrator. My expertise is in the area of curriculum development and social emotional learning, or SEL. With the upcoming election of school board members, I want to express my desire with the current and upcoming members to continue supporting the inclusion of teaching SEL in schools and of the 2019 House Bill 246, a law requiring that we provide instruction materials.
I'm sorry, Karen, just one moment. Sir, we cannot close the door. We have to leave it open. Thank you.
That we give students materials and instruction needed to see themselves represented in history. Let me add, this instruction must be delivered in a developmentally appropriate way. SEL instruction is not a new thing. Even Plato wrote about the importance of educating the whole child as the key to development of good character. SEL programs don't call out a particular marginalized group or require that we give intimate details and descriptions on varied iterations of gender or a particular race or culture, but rather these curriculum instruct teachers to teach through an equity lens that includes fairness, kindness, inclusivity, and recognition of one another's similarities and differences. They teach self-management, social awareness, and self-awareness, and how to develop healthy relationships and make responsible decisions. I applaud the board's decision regarding the recent controversy highlighted by school boards across the country, including this one, regarding the discussion on gender, specifically charged by the book Gender Queer by Maya Kobabe. Last month, NPR reported this book is now the most banned book by school libraries and districts across the country, more than any other book for its explicit graphic descriptions. This book was written for adults, and I certainly understand the concern for children under 16, especially in those in elementary and middle school. It is on the Barrington's recommended, not required. While I'm in full agreement that this award-winning book is not appropriate for preteens, I'm also here to say that even a book whose content is controversial can stimulate a valuable discussion about a topic, in this case, gender and equity in education and in society. Districts across the nation are having similar discussions. For children to learn about diverse backgrounds and the lived experiences of others, especially those that differ from their own, they need windows into the lives of others to understand their differences, and mirrors to see how their lives are similar. Understanding their own biases and where they come from can help them with keener understanding of cultures and backgrounds different from their own. Rather than banning particular books and curriculum in school, why not embrace the civil liberties we enjoy in this country and engage students in rich discussions about the topic with trusted adults? The conversations can and should continue at the dinner table. Teenagers are craving honest and transparent conversations and controversial topics they're interested in grappling with as individuals. Open-ended questions help young people develop and define viewpoints based on facts and research rather than on hearsay and hurtful gossip. What is gender?
Karen.
What are...
The timer didn't go off, but okay. We're at 3 minutes, so thank you very much. We appreciate your feedback. Hillary Whitney.
Yeah, go ahead. Thank you. Working? Good, okay. I'll begin by saying I wrote this with older information. Oh, I'm so
Your
sorry.
name?
Thank you. I'm Hillary Whitney. I actually live in Wakanda, but I grew up in Barrington, attended Roslyn Station, Barrington High School for a year, and now, again, live in Wakanda, and I have a young son. So I wrote this with some older information about the controversy that had come up with Genderqueer and other banned books over the summer of last year. But considering that elections are coming up again in the spring, and undoubtedly this topic will come in front of you again, I still wanted to present the thoughts that I have this evening. So I see the motto for the district is to empower personal excellence in every learner. In order to do that, we have to empower children and create safe environments to discover and express their authentic identities. And so I feel that as a parent, it is my responsibility to advocate for queer students who may not be able to advocate for themselves. And again, since this topic will come up during 2023 elections and as the new school reading list rolls out, I encourage the board to continue to expand the literature and curriculum available to students on gender studies. We do more harm than good when we restrict children from learning about themselves and their natural behaviors, desires, and curiosities. We are effectively teaching our kids that they don't belong, that their feelings aren't real, important, or safe when we say that material like this is unhealthy or off limits. And while I only did attend Barrington High School for 1 year, I went on to attend a private school where students and faculty would promptly be expelled if they were queer or outed, meaning it couldn't be discussed, questioned, or nurtured, and because of this, the implication was that queer people do not matter and are not welcome here. So on more than one occasion, students at this school felt suicide was the only option, and they unfortunately were successful. The reality is, queer people have always lived and thrived and been a wonderfully powerful contribution to our society across the globe. And they will continue to do so whether or not we provide spaces for them in our schools. Restricting optional literature like this won't prevent kids from exploring their bodies, their friends' bodies, or their own identities. That will happen anyway, but by providing age-appropriate material and a forum to discuss this with their peers, it promotes healthy self-discovery and a healthy sense of self. Thank you for your time.
Amy, Faith?
Good evening. My name is Amy Faith. My incoming kindergartner will attend Arnett C. Lyons Elementary School in the fall. I've listened to the last few board meetings and have seen and heard a lot of information and discussion related to a shift to full-day kindergarten, and I am here in support of that. Move from a fee-based enrichment option to a full-day kindergarten model without an additional fee. According to the NEA, full-day kindergarten boosts students' academic achievement, and it also strengthens their social and emotional skills. And SEL standards have become increasingly more important to the state and area school districts in the last 2 years, so this shift does make sense. Plus, we all also know how impressionable kids are at a young age, so creating these foundational skills in a full-day kindergarten setting could be monumental to Barrington students. NEA also reports that data demonstrates that children in full-day classes show greater reading and math achievement gains than those in half-day classes. And we do want our children to be successful from the start of their education in Barrington District 220. Although then it shouldn't be a $3,700 fee option, it should be offered as a full-day model. Also, a board member in the December meeting mentioned that a teacher told her the enrichment reinforces the skills addressed during the day, so a full-day kindergarten model would only bolster those reinforcements for social, emotional, and academic learning. I know you had a more extensive list of area schools at your last meeting, but if strong area districts like Killdeer District 96, Lake Zurich District 95, and Crystal Lake District 47 all see the value in the full-day model, can't we learn from them and stay competitive with them? Lastly, at the kindergarten roundup last week, during the informational session at the school I attended, the presenter said that only 3 students out of about 67 at Lyons Elementary School only complete the offered half day, and the rest of the kindergarten students stay for the afternoon enrichment, which means parents see the value in this option as well. So I believe the district would be making a beneficial change by shifting to a full-day kindergarten model without an additional fee by the next 2023-2024 school year. Thank you for your time and considerations pertaining to my comments.
Thank you, Amy. That says Paul Rudnicki.
Yeah. Evening. My name is Paul Rudnicki. I've got 2 kids in the district, one at the high school and one at Countryside. Wanted to come tonight and express my sadness at the email I got last week about Dr. Hunt's departure. I really enjoyed, Dr. Hunt, getting to know you and watching you preside over a couple years of what is absolutely pure chaos for our school district. I promise you this is not generally the norm. But, you know, I'm still sad to see you go. With that in mind, my comments to the board would be, I look forward to the updates on the superintendent search that were alluded to in the email, I think it was last week that came out. I look forward to any community involvement in helping in that process, if there's going to be an option for the community to assist. I believe there was last time. And hoping that you would keep your search focused on a superintendent who is supportive of the Framework 220 plan that was worked on and took a lot of effort to bring to life and sort of to get approved by the board over the last year or so. So keeping the focus on social emotional learning, diversity, equity, inclusion, and what success looks like for each student on an individual basis, not some predefined test score version of what is excellence and adds pressure to kids that don't need it. So with that in mind, that's all I really had to say, but I wanted to come and just say, sorry to see you go, Dr. Hunt, but board, that's what I would look for in the next superintendent. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. All good reminders this evening.